This is breaking news on WDSU.
And right now, an all-out search for two little girls in Tangipahoa Parish after their mother was discovered dead early this morning. Let's send it over to LaRonja right now out of Tangipahoa Parish. Jimmy Travis speaking on behalf of the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Office.
Okay, this morning, approximately 8 a.m., the victim's father discovered her body in the mobile home behind me. Her 4-year-old and 6-year-old child, along with the car, is missing. She was actually reported missing by her parents last night. And at that time, deputies started searching through her phone, different things like that, trying to locate her whereabouts. No one, including her parents, believed that her body was still here in the house. They thought that she didn't come home and might have been someplace else. So we started our investigation last night of trying to locate her and the kids, putting all the information in the national computer, sending out bolos, trying to do phone pings on her phone and all that stuff to get a location of her. This morning her father made entry into her mobile home, locked mobile home, and found his deceased daughter on the bedroom floor. Unable to find her 4-year-old and 6-year-old child, and her car's missing. We had an Amber Alert just went out just moments ago. We've sent out photos to the media and stuff of the two children, along with a picture of the actual picture of the car. State Police Crime Lab is here working the crime scene. State Police is helping, FBI, Department of Corrections. They're bringing in a team just to search the woods for precautionary, in the area. Our detectives are basically wide open trying to run down every lead. Our technical divisions are busy with that type of stuff, searching social medias, different things like that. All the stuff that we do in an investigation to locate a suspect, we have just fast forwarded that to find these two children.
Are there any people right now that you're looking at in terms of?
We don't have a known we do not have a known suspect that we can release a name or anything at this time, any kind of hard facts or anything like that. So the whereabouts of these children are unknown. The last contact the parents had with the deceased was Tuesday afternoon. She was discovered this morning, so that being said, you're talking about a 36-hour gap there that someone could have taken those two children along with her car that's missing, and you could be halfway across the country by now.
And Chief
So
Travis,
we're not sure if they're just those children are in this area or in a surrounding area. We're not sure. I mean, that's what we're working on, and we're trying to get every resource that's available out there to assist us in finding these two children.
Can you describe anything about the scene in terms of where the victim was found? And
all we can say, all we're saying is she was found in the bedroom, and it was an obvious homicide.
and Chief Travis, just when it comes to when the last time the parents actually spoke with her, did she talk about there being any issues that she was having?
We were talking about taking out the garbage or something like that. It was no kind of, she wasn't reaching out for help or was anything like that. I mean, it's just a normal conversation between family members.
Have you all been in contact with the father or fathers of the children?
Yes, we have. We've been in contact with those.
Is there anything that leads you to believe that the children are in danger at this point?
Yes, we feel like they're in danger because their mother's been brutally murdered. So our concern right now is for the safety of these children and getting them returned back to their grandparents.
Was she shot, Chief? I'm sorry.
The coroner's office and the State Police Crime Lab will be working that. I can just say that there was obvious blood everywhere, and she was deceased.
Chief, the Amber Alert said 3 and 4. Would you know the ages of the girls?
The girls, one of the girls was born in 2017, and the other girl was born in 2020.
Chief,
October, both.
Chief, can you describe how crucial this time period right now?
This time period is very crucial. We need to find these children. We are now reaching out to the media, social media, and good-hearted citizens. Our citizens and our people in our communities in this state is who's going to help law enforcement find these children and get them safely returned. And that's what we're asking. Just blast this, let everybody know. Y'all have the pictures of these two girls we're looking for. You have a picture of the car. Put it out there, share it far and wide, and we're asking and praying for their safe return.
And no leads whatsoever.
No. We're still.
How strange of a scene is this? Because we're out in the country here. It seems like a very quiet area.
This is a very quiet. This is a community, and this girl and her family has been members of this community for many generations, and I mean it's going to be felt throughout the community. But like I said, we can't do anything else now for Kylie. We have to find these children. That's what we got to do, and that's where our priorities are at.
The Amber Alert says it's a white suspect. A male is a white. That's the suspect is a white male. Is this a domestic situation, you believe?
I can't answer that right now.
Chief,
you know, I was sitting here as the Amber Alert went out. I'm not sure exactly what all information was in that because I hadn't read the physical Amber Alert. I've just been here with the sheriff's office and all the other agencies that's come forward to help us out and just discussing, you know, priorities and investigations and, you know, where we need to look next, where's the next stone unturned. That's what we're working on.
Is the priority right now to find the children, or is it multiple investigations parallel right now because of the murder?
I mean, we have the crime scene in that process and the crime scene and the homicide side of it. But that's 5% of this effort. The rest of the effort is to locate these children.
Chief, in the picture that you sent, where was that picture taken of the car, and do you know who was driving it at the time?
We don't have the driver's information, and we're not releasing that location at this point in time.
If something like this to happen, if you could tell the person or persons who did this anything right now, what would you say if they're watching?
Please turn the children over to someone. Get them safe. You know, call law enforcement to pick them up. If you don't do it, take them to the nearest hospital and drop them off at the ER. Just drop them off someplace safe. Get them back safe. We're begging for that.
Chief Travis, was a weapon recovered at the scene? Bullet casing?
All right. As I said before, they're currently working the scene now. Once we found the body, we backed out. We secured the scene because we did not want to jeopardize destroying any evidence or anything like that, because the State Police Crime Lab, who is probably one of the most experienced, the most qualified, and the best equipped in the state of Louisiana. So they're in here behind me. They're processing what we call processing the scene. We'll be processing the body, and once they're finished, they're going to take everything that they collect back to their lab where they'll start testing and providing us with the results. All right.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. Anything else? All right. So that's your fancy, Mike. That's your fancy.
And again, right now, an all-out parish-wide, statewide search for two little girls who are now missing after their mother was murdered early this morning inside her home in Laranja. Right now, police are looking for a Chrysler 200 sedan. They believe it's a 2012 model. They believe that it's a black sedan. Again, if you've seen that or those two little girls, they're 6 and 3 years old. Please call 911 immediately. If you want more information, you want to see those pictures again, we've got all those images for you on our website at WDSU.com, as well as our app. Share it with your friends. Please be on the lookout. Again, police say that this is a very critical situation and that time is of the essence. All right, right now.